Who do I want to use today? Hmm. Let's do something silly. Hmm. I'm gonna need to be able to swap out somebody somewhere, so I probably shouldn't lean on Nova. I'll just do Airwalker. Let's go heavy Airwalker. That'll be fun. Taking it easy anyway. Hey Bean, how's it going? Hey Gojo. Thanks, Francois. Draining degen is definitely good. Buff and debuff duration is good here. But I think we just keep it going, the usual. Doesn't really matter. We'll ramp Airwalker on the easy fight, then we'll ramp Gallon, and then we'll throw all the stuff on him. Oh, but I should have thrown Odin on. This is gonna take longer, and I'm sorry for that. Hey, Dre. Welcome. Keep it going activating his Dark Tide stuff is actually pretty nice, though. Not gonna lie. Maybe I do just... Eh, no, let's do this. Because then we'll trade him out. Woof. I don't know what causes him to gain another power gain, so I'm not touching him until he throws this. There we go. We're definitely going that way then. I think actually this, for Airwalker in particular. Hey, Ability. Welcome back. We're doing silly stuff today. Right, tenacity. I always forget just how extra his VFX are. Like, the fact that he lights the opponent on fire for a bit after he touches them is so unnecessary, but so cool. Okay, now we're ramped. Hey, Yuki. Yeah, I enjoy them too. I think there's a few tweaks we could make, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. Hey, Robert. Pulled a 6-star Archangel from a basic, can now replace my 5-star. Nice, congrats. Are we looking into reducing the cost of card cores? Probably not. Like, yeah, we just got a bunch from the Legends ability. They come around from time to time on sale. Like, they're expensive, but masteries are permanent ability. Like, nothing you're buying with carb cores is overpriced. Okay, Ramen, that's enough. I remember you from last time. Oh yeah, let's bring Jessica in. Why not? Guess I'll have to grind 3K units. What are you looking at unlocking? Yeah, I'm with you, Yuki. I have absolutely nothing to do with my carb cores. I don't even know how many I have right now. Oh, she just got to me in time. Very rude. Wait, why did I bring in Jessica? I'm not going to be able to get a dossier against literally anyone. She'll kill them too quickly. Oops. She is so passive here. I don't really need a team heal. Okay, Conflictor is a bit annoying, but not really a problem. That's fine. That's fine. I forget why Medusa is in this pool of champions. I know we talked about it, but I forget the link. Hey, Omega, how's it going? They're probably just gonna die from the first special one. But I don't like doing class disadvantage fights. Not quite, but close. What would I still change in Incursions? I'm pretty sympathetic to a complaint I've seen from Murdoch, to give her credit, that if you're not doing a Zone 25 run, too much of the power comes too late. If you're doing a Zone 10 run, which is literally what the rewards are calibrated around for like the milestones, you only spend 2 out of 10 rooms at full power. And out of the 8 rooms before that, you spend half of those at only quarter strength. That's a lot on the table. And for some people, they may have some trouble actually getting that deep in higher rooms with only 1 or 2 rare hacks. On top of that, the cooldowns have come way down, and that is a huge win. But if you're doing a run where you want to do a specific build, which is kind of the whole point of this new model, you're still probably going to spend a lot of time going back and forth. Excuse me. Or like quitting out after an early run to make sure that you get exactly the hack you're going for, right? And so that may mean that you waste days entering, not doing your run, coming back in later, and then until you finally get the hack you want. Now, often that's going to be buff corn, but maybe it's draining degen. Maybe it's one of the power sting ones because you wanted to do a run with Spider Ham. Maybe it's the one that turns bleeds into power sting because you wanted to do a run with like Black Panther or something, right? Like the point of this new system is to be able to experiment with teams and build like hacks around them, but right now it's so random and you only get like the 4 choices at the start, right? I have no problem with the 4 choices later on. I have no problem with the re-rolling, but Cam suggested the very first boss hack you get literally just be your choice out of the full list. And I, after playing last month, I agree with him. After that, keep it to the same like small pool. You're not going to get lucky every run. If you really want to maximize on something, then that's what like paying some units to reroll for is for, right? Like it's not that expensive. But the first one, let me do whatever I want. I'll start playing with all of them the minute that's in. I was afraid that was your answer ability. Those masteries are a dangerous path to walk down. Nice, Omega. That's great. Easy. I like Perpetual Offense the most. Yeah, that's a fun one too. I agree with those. Power often comes late. I also feel the Zone 25 push without ouchies and a team built around Herc is too costly. It's not that bad with Angela, and I did it without recoil. She doesn't need it. And obviously Kitty can do it, and Thing can do it, but yes, the Zone 25 run is very difficult outside a very small number of, of champions. I'm not really sure the difficulty itself, as far as like the raw nodes, needs to come down. I would like to see us ban Hercules from Incursions, and I'm not kidding. I know that's going to annoy a lot of people. I don't care. What, are you going to try and tell me with a straight face now you don't have anywhere else to use him? But where I was going with that is that I think what I would like us to change as far as the difficulty in late runs is we don't currently have a system that says this hack can't appear with this hack can't appear on this champion. It's a big ask for us to build those kinds of restrictions. Like, that's a lot of engineering work that hasn't been done, but I would like it to be done at some point, you know? I don't know what I want with, like, with this team, none of these are really good. It's the attack value in the late zones that gets a little nutty. It is, but that definitely goes both ways. I literally hit 4.5 million crits with Angela. And obviously she's an outlier, but like, she's not the only one. You have a whole lot of power on your side too. That's actually another thing, easy, that I would like to do. Is it's a bit of a difficult design decision, but right now, like, yeah, the opponents are very scary, and you, as the player, are walking around with thermonuclear weapons strapped to every limb. But there are almost no real durability rare hacks. That's the reason why everybody worships Buff Cornucopia, because it has a regen, right? And I think that if we threw some other rare hacks into the pool that added some survivability to champions not named Hercules, Angela, Kitty, or Thing, then I think we might see more variety without needing to touch the difficulty. Excuse me. And I think that would be interesting. Yeah, she is easy. You just got yourself a 7-star Angela. I'm very jealous of that. Hey, Illusion. Maybe double P. I don't think we're there yet where like a rotating ban makes any sense here. Like it's not a PvP mode, right? Like you'd probably get into something where somebody would post on Twitter or whatever and do a campaign and be like, guys, like this big push is coming up. Can everybody be sure not to use Hercules because we really need him to be available? Like that, I feel like that would get weird. I'm not sure that's what we want to do. That's all fine. I think I got up to a 300 million damage medium. Yeah, there's some crazy ones. Maybe not quite that easy. Maybe you can like earn one. But yeah, like there's tons of things we could do. I think it's an interesting design challenge. But I think we need a few more defensive hacks because right now like the only defensive hacks you get are like there's one that increases block proficiency but comes with an RPG downside against like Cable or Elsa. Um, and there are a couple that give you armor, but I think that's it. I prefer to use other champions too, Double P, but it's definitely beyond argument that the number of champions capable of repeatably, efficiently making a Zone 25 run is very, very small. Airwalker is very good ramped, Tyler. I wasn't going to use him here because it's kind of weird against King Groot, but yeah, let's give it a go. The AI really does feel terrible, but yes, Airwalker is good. What's his whole deal? Airwalker's whole deal is that he's really bad in the first fight, unless you bring a synergy, in which case he's okay. He's okay in the second fight, and if you bring a synergy, he starts to get like fine. And then in the third fight, or the second fight, if you bring another synergy, you see where this is going. Once you get to the third fight, he starts cooking with gas. Um, and a lot of people will tell you it's because in the first two fights he can't use his special three. And that's part of it, but it's not even close to all of it. Most of the issue is that in the first fight, he has much less power gain over time, especially while charging his heavy. And so that just means his whole loop doesn't really work. And so, like, the ramp makes sense because he's nuts ramped, but those first two fights are very painful, and that's why he's, like, almost literally useless in battlegrounds, and he's pretty mediocre in war unless very good players, like, force him to be a thing. But something like Incursions is much, much better for him. Alright, we need to be careful because of cornered, but otherwise this is good. Thinking about ascending Angela when the time comes, that is not insane. Yeah, the design is amazing. And it's, to compliment my own boss, I think one of the most interesting designs in the game. Like, the balancing of it around the three fight ramp, we can quibble with in hindsight, but like, the power gain on heavy and then it going back down when you release the heavy so that you're really focusing on crossing bars of power is more of a mystic ability, really, than a cosmic one, but it is so interesting to me. It's just a really cool mechanic. I think the other reason a lot of people think he's bad is that a lot of people never bothered to read his kit, and so they don't know that your damage on special attacks literally doubles if you activate them while charging heavy. That all seems fine. And that seems fine. I was worried the game was going to crash there. Heavy cancel equals big numbers? Yes. And it's a one-hit heavy, so you specifically have to cancel it either as a way of intercepting them or while you have the unblockable buff up. So it's risky. Like, it's a high skill blue that's not terribly intuitive to a lot of people, and it requires ramp. You combine those things together, and it's really easy to get to a champ that people just forget about. Hey, Dante. We'll see ability. And of course, there's the special 3. It's like Scorpion's Heavy Cancel. It's like what Scorpion's Heavy Cancel was supposed to be, yeah, rather than what it ended up being. Took Iceman to rank 4 earlier today. I've been loving him. Yeah, he's fantastic, man. Oh, and I didn't respond to it, but that's cool about Danny ability. I'm glad you're enjoying her. Hey, Wolf, how's it going? Thought I tuned into Losers. Please don't pilfer all my buffs. You pilfered most of them. Oh, we don't even have the power cosmic. And now we only have 1 instead of 3. I forgot about that part. Yeah, I should have used Jessica. It would have been fine. The ability power rate part would have actually been pretty nice. Right. Because we lost our... That's the other problem. And this is actually, I think, something that, like, if rebalancing existed, we'd probably just change. The fact that even when he has his ramp, if he loses his power cosmics, I don't think he can get them back in the fight. Like, he gets one of them back. But a single well-placed nullify just permanently hampers him, unless I'm forgetting something. And, like, that's something we should change. Yeah. That needs to change. Ooh, actually, Fury buffs being better is big. Yeah, Viv's buff is great. That's all fine. It's an annoying node. Absolutely not. Wow, okay. I guess we're going this way. You want to go the other way around, Tyler. For Danny, you want to go special 1, special 2. That was weird. Did I miss the special button? No, Jessica's there just for fun, Gabe. It's a little more complicated than what Ability said, but yeah. She specifically has to have a neuroshock on Nick when he enters Second Life. Whoops. Why did it do that? Okay, it's back. Come on. Okay. Hey, Tommy. Good counters versus Absorbing Man? There is a long list. About half of the science class, honestly. Yeah, that was a bad mistake. It's fine. Void, Reed, Titania, Spot, Photon, Silk, Anti-Venom. There's a whole bunch depending on how you play it. Scorpion, right? Correction, Wolf. For Viv, it's not the last medium that gives you a dormant energy vulnerability, which is different than a passive. The dormant energy vulnerability comes from a 5-hit combo. You can get it with a medium or a light ender, but it also has to be a 5-hit combo. Did the brutal challenge with Jessica? That's very cool. What? I tried to dodge there. Don't know exactly what happened. Thank you, Crush. You're gonna have to narrow it down a little bit, Sarah. But given that you said him, I'm guessing you mean Carl. Congrats. Yeah, Herc and Null are not supposed to be good counters to Carl. No. Those are cosmics against a mystic. In general, start with class advantage. Not every character in every class is going to counter every character in the class they have advantage over, but it's always the first place you should look. That's fine. What do you do? That's wait. Okay, as long as it's non-stacking. Ugh, spiked armor is so unnecessary. You mean class disadvantage law? We have a word for that. Not necessarily. Not unless it happens literally all the time, right? What do you mean, ability? People have already opened Titan crystals. Do you not know that they cost more than 10k? Nice, Sarab. That's definitely the intent. Start with the immunities. You don't have to worry about the fancy stuff. I think I'm just going to go in order, Wolf. I'll start with Carl. I always forget about Beast of Burden. Just don't have like an intuitive grasp of it. That was a bit lucky. I thought I was still a little bit below the second bar. There we go. No worries. Well, Doom versus Hulkling works fine. It's just not swift in Battlegrounds, right? And you can't Doom cycle. But like that doesn't make it. Yeah, it's more complicated than a normal Doom fight, which is in itself a victory. Right, spiked armor does physical damage. Let's use Jessica because she gets good physical resistance. Hood does not need the dupe, but he gets a lot better both at Sig 1 and all the way up. Is he a villain? Or I guess it's just that he's a mercenary? I gotta admit, I wasn't expecting to have no power in... Or, no, I was expecting to have no power in this fight. I just wasn't expecting it to be one-sided. Oh, that's fine. We're not dying to spiked armor, and that was the goal. Salva almost opened more Titan crystals than I've opened 7-star crystals. Yeah. Does Carl need to be at Sig 200? No, but he scales all the way up. That's always my goal. Okay, what do we got? You know, I'll take Toxic Advance. That's a good one. Airwalker Ramped is very fun. He's only rank 3, but, you know, this is only Sector 4. We need a Bleed Immune and an Incinerate Immune. And then can I take one of these? It's probably fine, but Pilfer obviously isn't ideal. I mean, we can drop Gallon, that part doesn't matter. Bleed Immune and Incinerate Immune. Who doesn't? I mean, we could bring Ghost. Let's be real. Spiked Armor and Psychic Thorns are going to be taken out, Law. I got that committed to, it just hasn't gone through yet. I don't expect her to join the base pool, Tyler, no. There's not really much reason for us to do so. Like, there's another rarity that she doesn't exist at, and in general, like, if you take a trophy champion and throw them into the base pool, you're gonna really annoy the people who spent money on them. So it's not something I recommend. Can't use Carl because he can only be one of the two at a time. Actually, you would work okay, wouldn't you? I may do that. Don't have time to ramp up Angela. Don't have time to ramp Archangel. Funnily enough, you would also work. Incinerate and Bleed is a relatively rare combo in my roster. CGR obviously isn't going to work against an Armor Break Immune. Kingpin isn't reliable enough without his help. We could definitely use Ghost, but I'm gonna try... Yeah, let's try Zane. So Carl is my second rank 4. Now I want to pull a Shocker, get one of each catalyst so I can become Paragon. Nice. When will free-to-play players be able to open their first Titan Crystal? I don't know, man. That depends on, like... That depends on a whole bunch of things. For one thing, it's not impossible for a free-to-play player to have opened a Titan Crystal yet. In content, we've now had 10,000 shards, which is, yeah, what I have, what a lot of people have. Technically, if you're a big arena grinder and you opened enough Paragons, it's probably not completely impossible for people to be lucky enough to get there. If you're asking when will content deliver the other 10 without you having to earn any by duping 7 stars, I don't know. Yeah, see? Jackson hasn't spent money, and he has significantly more than I do. I am not free to play now, Tyler. I am what I call a dolphin. I've spent a pretty chunk of change on this game over the years, but I am relatively small fish relative to a lot of people I know. And yes, Cesar, I'm doing well. And yes, I do like tacos. I'm Hispanic and I'm from Texas. I would be kind of weird if I didn't like tacos. Dang it. I was dumb. He baited me into that intercept. Nice, Joey. I'm glad Iron Man's doing well. Do I think it's worth taking Howard to rank 5 even though he's a 7-star? Not really. I mean, if you like Howard, take him up, right? Because God knows when you're getting him as a 7-star. But at the same time, Howard is one of those that doesn't really need high sig or even benefit from it that much. And so he's somebody where I would definitely be trying to look lower down. Bravo, Zane. I'm not giving any clues, Yuki. You'll know soon enough. Thoughts about Hood Ascension? That'd be a pretty good one. He's really strong and scales all the way to Sig 200. Noted, Jackson. Weapon X not in the base pool? Yeah, exactly. That is really interesting, Jackson, to hear that Bishop is working better for you just going for the heavies. I haven't heard that one. Got rank 5 Danny a while back from early access. She's great. Some issues, but I still love her. Yeah, she's one I don't have yet on prod. It would be fun. I really hate tunnel vision, man. I can probably work around that. What do you do? It's fine. That's also fine. Yeah, tunnel vision is one of those really painful incursions nodes where it absolutely sucks, but you know you can play around it, and so like I can't call it unfair or say it should be taken out. It's just absolutely one of the bad dice rolls, you know? Whoa! You jerk. Oh, absolutely, Law. I agree. It's the same reason that I argued that Psychic Thorns had to go. Because you can play around that in some fights. Like, there used to be Psychic Thorns in War, and it wasn't that bad. But good lord, is it bad now. When you die before getting to a special one. There we go. Not getting good results with Danny. Must be playing her incorrectly. She is a little tricky. There's a needle to thread for sure. Yep, that'll kill. He's my favorite child. It really is whoever I'm playing at the moment. At least for now. It's possible I'll develop a favorite as time goes on, but, like, I'm still very new at this, you know? There's a level on which it still hasn't fully sunk in that I get to design characters for this game. Thanks, Thomas. Oh, that's the fun stuff, man. Right there. I just paused to watch the replay. Hey, William. Hey, Snoops. How's it going? None of these. I don't know. I'll take basic attacks. Did his own 23 final boss using Carl with one special 2. Oh, died earlier. Carl with one special 2. uh, yeah. Depending on who you're using, if you're not willing to revive, you do need to read nodes at some point. No way around that. Spiked armor again. Absolute clown behavior. Alright, well I can bring in Carl and he can deal with both of those. Oh, nope, can't go that way if I bring in Carl. What do you do? Cool, that's not an issue. What do you do? That's also not an issue, but Joe is a bit annoying. Yeah. Have I used Mr. Negative at times? Yeah, I have. I like him quite a bit. Never got around to taking him to rank 4 or higher because they've always been good Mr. Negative players in my battle group, but he's an amazing champion. Whoa! I meant to throw a light attack there, believe it or not. I really need to give him a synergy that lets him pause his forms with a light punish of a special. It just feels so natural. I knew that would happen. Kavan worker stating that they usually overbuild characters and have to go back to tone them down. I mean, it depends on how you're looking at the process, Tyler. I, at one point, said that when I first started, I got the advice early that, like, if you want to know how your character is working, or if you want to know that the loop you have in mind for your character is working, you kind of do have to overtune at least parts of it. Because you want people who have never played the character before to quickly figure out what it is you want them to do. What, like, no YouTube videos. Nobody has ever showed them this character before because nobody has ever played this character before. Reading the info page can do something, but like it's not necessarily enough. When they're in the fight and things are happening, they need to be able to pick up quickly, is this the cool thing I'm chasing? And the way you do that is normally to overtune it a bit. But that doesn't mean it's like, oh, uh-oh, we have to tune that down. It's like, no, that's actually an intentional part of the process. You heighten the contrast so that the picture is clear, and then you polish it and make it more realistic. Do I still enjoy the lighter stuff? Yeah, I definitely do, Snoops. My go-to, if you can still find it at this time, I think you can. Do I have some outside? I can't remember if I bought some. Sorry, I've been dancing around this. My go-to light beer is Bell's Oberon out of Michigan. That's a very fun light beer. It's basically like Blue Moon, but a bit better, in my possibly annoying opinion. Yeah, that Grandmaster fight's a good one, but especially when you're new to it, it'll take your lunch money a little bit. He can't pause by punishing specials. I thought he could this whole time. No, he can pause by interrupting any basic attack. So any light, medium, or heavy animation, he can pause. Specials are the one thing he can't do. I literally copied Tiger's code and deleted special animations. That's very funny, Illusion. Don't worry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm kind of relieved that it's not like that somebody else also is like, you know what would make sense? Yeah, I like Corona too, Snoops. Again, being from Texas, that's not exactly a go-to, but one that I will happily drink. Evasive maneuvers is annoying, but that'll be fine. That's right. Prey on the Weak is maybe something. Well, Jessica works. Similarly, Jessica works. That's probably easier. What do you do again? Oh, that's right. Weird stuff. I think we can go this way. Actually, I guess I want the buffs. Yeah, we can do this. I wanted to try Bud Light Lime, but I've heard mixed things. In fairness, I have not tried Bud Light Lime. But you could not pay me to drink regular Bud Light. So I'm not all that interested. No. I totally get that, Tyler. I'm sorry if I responded a little bit too vigorously. There have definitely been some discussions in the past where people have kind of intimated that, like, oh, Kabam makes really fun things, and then the fun police come in and pare everything back. And, like, not only is that an inaccurate picture of the process, I also think it's very unfair to the balance team. Because as I've said before, it's very easy to make broken, overpowered things. It is the most trivial thing in the world. The hard part is getting it just right. I think I've had Newcastle Brown Ale. Yeah, I second that being a good one. Oh, that is beautiful. I'm glad you're laughing, Alicia. I was going to ask another question, but I don't think you'll be able to answer it because it's content related. I might be able to, but yeah, if you're asking about something that hasn't been announced yet or along those lines, then yeah, I won't be able to answer. But orange is good. I'd be willing to try the flavored ones once. Wait, my God. That's so gross. You're from the Yingling state, Law. How could you? That'll do it. I really like Budweiser, but I feel like an old man buying it. Hey man, not trying to yuck your yum more than a little. I'm just gonna go over here and be a beer snob and buy something else. Oh, he has the freaking stun hack. It's so annoying. Come on, I want to throw this. I would love to throw this while I still have the armor break. Would you mind throwing a special for the first time in a minute and a half? Actually, I'm not sure they had thrown a special yet this fight. Yeah, I do like Yingling. It's another one of those go-to affordable beers. Get lost. What an annoying boss. Bud Lime is okay for the first bottle, but it goes downhill fast. That's funny. How you doing, John? Did Kabam let you choose any Marvel character to make? No, I have very little control over that. Basically, the way that happens is that there is like a council of people who, between marketing, conversations with Marvel, narrative direction for the contest, etc., balancing the classes. Um, they decide who comes to the game every year on a month by month basis. And then at some point after that, us designers gather around and we kind of go, all right, this is who's free for this build, who wants this character. And you get you get enough of a look ahead that you can kind of plan things out. Like after Kate, I specifically wanted Photon. And enough other characters were spoken for that like it was like, all right, you can have Photon, but you're not gonna have anyone in between Kate and her. And so that's why I was doing other work that has yet been undisclosed for like 3 months in between. So you have some control, like to pick the characters you want, but it's limited. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I I really like about half of the available IPAs, Tyler. It is extremely easy, apparently, to make absolutely god-awful IPAs, and they definitely are out there. But I have acquired a taste for them, and I like them. I've even quite liked several double and triple IPAs. If you're going to start with one, I like Bell's Two Hearted, probably followed by, not followed by in how much I like them, but just as you are getting into it, Bell's Two Hearted and then Dogfish Head 60 Minute would be my recommendation. But not everyone has to like them. Yes, John. Actually, last month when I was doing my Angela run, I accidentally force quit in room like 18. And for those of you who know, that means I lost my Odin pre-fights or cross-fights, which was extremely sad. But then I swapped out the third character on my team for a 5-star Odin, applied the buffs, and then swapped out the 5-star Odin, still having the 6-star Odin on the team for the synergy, and continued on with slightly weaker Furies. All's well that ends well. Marvel decides all the characters? No, Marvel has approval, but I think they only... I'm not sure they mandate any characters. They must mandate a few, right? Because otherwise, why did we add Rintra? So yeah, they probably flat out mandate a couple of the tie-ins. But for the most part, I think it's more we tell them what we want, and they say, yeah, that works, or, I would prefer you didn't. I love this whole alcohol conversation. I understand so little of it. That is totally fine. I don't know how old you are, but even if you're older than I am, doesn't have to be for everybody. I do remember seeing that, Jackson. I chuckled. Are there any of the other 2023 champs I'd rather have done? I mean, that's... I don't know if I want to answer that, honestly. Wait. Why... Airwalker isn't immune to reverse controls, is he? Why? What happened? Because she's definitely not reversing my controls. And there she is. No, because that's... I didn't get any of those concussions, but those would only be on me. I'm so confused. I'll reread the Herald text in a second, but I don't think any of it would be relevant. Whoops. Hope people appreciate those war changes. No, it wasn't war. I help with that, but that wasn't my primary. Never really been a beer drinker. A couple of ciders and sours, though, not bad. Yeah, there. I like ciders and sours. I'm with you on the bloating. That's the primary thing that slowed down my beer drinking over the years. Like some beer is absolutely delicious, but then it's like, oh God, why did I just drink a loaf of bread? I do really like rum. I made a great rum drink the other day. Oh no, wait, I ended up not using rum. That's a silly thing. You once could stack Odin pre-fights on the same character, Tyler, but that was fixed because it was silly. And no, I will say that I was not working on Morbius. They had a normal, like, ready for October process and everything. They were just announced earlier. It seems fine. That seems less fine. Cool, we're going this way. Oh yeah, there's definitely some expensive beers out there. I'd say don't worry about those while you're still figuring stuff out. Oh yeah, let me look at the Herald effect. Yeah, none of those explain why Emma didn't reverse my controls at some point. Whatever. He reduces mutant. Oh, it's the Dark Tide. Thank you. Alright, I'm not taking Emma with him again. I didn't realize he was a She-Hulk. Ouch. If you can make a no-rum rum drink, I would like this recipe. I kind of did. But it was using whiskey instead. So that may not be what you're looking for, Double P. I don't know what I just did at all. That is tragic, Tyler. I adore tequila. I just don't adore cheap tequila, which seems to be most of what a lot of people associate with it, sadly. Whoa, jerk. Yeah. Old school old school Odin stacking was insane. That is absolutely tragic, Tyler. Makes me sad. Whoops. Once again, DLL's eyes glazed completely over unblockable opener. Okay, where are those Furies coming from? Ah, that one. Okay, as long as she's not about to go unstoppable or something, I don't care. Carol, please. Carol. Yeah, that was my... Whew! It's great for the light punish. uh, I don't think I make nearly as much money as you think I do, Tyler. If you're looking to try another tequila, um, I'd recommend Espolón Blanco is a decent, like, starting one. That's pretty affordable. That's fine. It's also fine. And that's fine. Cool. Let's go that way. Brew of the month? I don't know about that. I do like the... What did I have the other day? Dogfish Head makes a mango and mandarin beer that I've had a couple times. That's quite good. What did we have with it? I can't remember right now. Yeah, I completely understand parents being strict about video games these days. Want to push zones 4 and 5 so I can get the crystal, but my mind says I should wait for the objectives. I don't even know what the objectives are. I'm not going to mind playing Incursions again later this month. When is the last 20 dust coming? It should be Battlegrounds. That's what I remember seeing on the forum posts. Easy's correct, but I've seen enough screenshots of this one that I'm pretty comfortable with it. That's funny, Tyler. Nah, John, I don't think there will be this time. That'll do it. Big special one. Oh, don't do this. This AI is gonna make me lose my mind. I'm just gonna die. I have a rough idea, Illusion, but yeah, I can't say. Whoops. Just, God, he freaking threw that immediately. Are you serious? I'm not going to be able to do any damage to this guy. Because he keeps going Miyagi on me. Oh my god, are you So help me God, I will do some damage in this fight. This AI is disgusting. Alright, Jessica. Let's see that taunt go. Same mistake. and then back off. Come on, buddy. Not fun. I hear you, Thomas. Perfect. I was hoping we'd get to 15,000. Hadn't done the math. It's a good chunk of gold. Hey, Tommy, welcome back. All right. I have half the featured champions. I want one more, and then I'm stopping. Please, let me rest. That ain't it, Chief. God, this feature has been absolutely brutal to me. Alright, what are we getting? I didn't want to voice it, but that's what I was hoping for. I was like, alright, if I'm going to get Gamora out of the feature, give me Gamora out of the 7-star. Oh, that's an incredible pull. Alright. Worth it. Worth it. Which feature was I looking for? I'm still missing Danny, Adam, and Moondragon. I would have taken any of them, but Moondragon is the one I want the most. Yeah, I'm really happy with that Gamora, though. Gonna have to free up a relic to put on her. I might take it off hype. We'll kind of see how the various metas feel. Do I have another one? Yeah, okay, I have one on Surfer. Okay, that's going on. That's comfortable. Cool. Very, very happy with that. I also need sleep, Jackson, so I'm going to let y'all go. But thank you all for hanging out. It was a good stream. I'm glad Incursions are back. I will definitely be doing more of this, and I'll catch y'all later. Take care, everyone.